This dog took one good look and spotted what was under the girl's skirt. Then it dove straight in.
Whoa! Sorry. That was the dog. It wasn't. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, well, maybe you should teach your dog some manners.
I've been trying. He's not too smart.
But that's not what actually happened. This dog was incredibly smart. It had picked up a strange scent on its owner, so it decided to help him win the girl over. And Ethan didn't disappoint. After spending a few days together, the two of them really started to connect. The only thing the dog found weird? They kept wrapping their arms around each other and pressing their faces together.
Are they fighting over food? Maybe Hannah's hiding something in her mouth. Nope, nothing in there.
After that, his owner got real busy spending every single day searching for something inside Hannah's mouth. The dog was lying in the car, and its mind drifted back to the past. It was a summer so hot the heat could swallow you whole. The dog had been locked inside a car. The blazing sun drained every last drop of moisture from its body. Just as death was closing in, the car window suddenly shattered, but the dog still blacked out. When it opened its eyes again, a little boy was staring right at it. He was begging his mom to let him keep the dog, but the dog? It had other ideas.
I decided right then and there, I am definitely keeping this boy.
And so, the dog ended up staying at Ethan's house, but Ethan's dad wasn't thrilled. Working all day to support the family was exhausting enough, and now there was a hyperactive dog to deal with. He figured it was just a kid's passing phase, and he'd be the one stuck cleaning up the mess. The couple argued about it late into the night, but Ethan had already made up his mind if his dad said no. He was running away and taking the dog with him. Luckily, it didn't come to that.
Ethan,
Yeah?
you have a dog.
Yes! Oh my god, yes!
His dad finally agreed to let the dog stay, but Ethan had to take full responsibility for it every single day. Ethan named the dog Bailey and taught it a simple trick, spinning in circles trying to catch its own tail. Bailey didn't really understand what Ethan was saying, but there was one word the boy said more than any other.
After a while, I came to understand the words that mattered. I had a boy, and his name was Ethan. I got a name. My name was Bailey.
Bailey loved Mom and Ethan and Dad too. Dad's favorite game was playing with Bailey using his shoes. But Ethan and Bailey? They were inseparable. Like brothers, they slept together every single night. Bailey chased after time without ever realizing it was passing. Before it knew it, it had grown up, but it was still as curious as a puppy about everything. Its favorite place in the world was Grandma's farm out in the country. The chickens there, though, they were not fans. Every visit turned into absolute chaos, feathers flying, dogs barking, the whole 9 yards. When Bailey got tired, it would run inside, gulp down a ton of water, then bolt right back out. It would roll around in the dirt, then show up with some beat-up ball it found who knows where. Everyone called it a football, but what did that have to do with anything? All Bailey knew was that when its owner threw that ball, something inside it just came alive. They spent the whole afternoon playing at the farm and even came up with their own signature move.
Ready?
Ready.
Stay. And... Okay. Go, Bailey!
They both thought it was one of a kind, and even Dad, who complained about everything, couldn't help but be impressed. Every morning, Ethan had to go to school. In Bailey's eyes, he was just being carried away inside some kind of box. Then Mom and Dad would leave too. Bailey hated the empty house. It took a while, but eventually it figured out what that feeling was called: loneliness. With nothing to do, Bailey started tearing through the house. The family cat looked like it had given up on life, entirely chased around non-stop by this ball of unstoppable energy. When Dad came home and saw the destruction, he lost it. He told Ethan to train his dog properly, to teach it who the boss of this house really was. What he didn't expect was that Bailey actually liked that title.
Boss dog. Boss dog. Boss dog. Boss dog.
But Ethan couldn't bring himself to scold his best buddy, and that was bound to backfire sooner or later. Sure enough, the day Dad's boss came over for dinner, Bailey turned the whole evening into a disaster. Dad was so furious he locked Bailey in the shed. Ethan stood outside the door, pleading on Bailey's behalf. Bailey couldn't see anything through that door, but it could feel the emotion squeezing through the cracks. So in the middle of the night, it snuck back through the pipes and into Ethan's room. Bailey knew how awful loneliness felt, and it was not going to let Ethan feel that way. Not ever.
I knew he needed me. And I needed him too.
Dad only gave Bailey a light punishment in the end. He let the dog stay. The two brothers were back together, practicing football in the yard every single day. As Ethan grew up, he joined the school football team. Having a dog as a training partner his whole life probably gave him an edge no one else had. He stood out from everyone his age. No surprise he became the star of the school. And that made one teammate in particular burn with jealousy. Todd.
Ethan, why do you always have this dog with you? What, it's like a girlfriend replacement or something?
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Todd. did my girlfriend replacement just trip you?
Very funny.
Relax, man.
The dog's laughing at you. Dogs don't laugh.
Bailey, come here.
That's funny.
But things at home were a completely different story. Dad's career was falling apart. After years of loyal service, his boss tossed him aside. He started drowning his sorrows in alcohol. The suffocating atmosphere at home made it hard for Ethan to breathe, so he started spending more time outside with Bailey. That's how he ended up meeting Hannah at the amusement park. With Bailey's assist, the two of them hit it off. Ethan took Hannah all over town, but he never once brought her home. Because his father's drunken screaming and cursing had turned the house into a minefield, Ethan didn't want the person he loved to get hurt. But he couldn't escape the darkness of his own family. As Ethan grew older, he stepped in front of his mother, becoming her shield.
Don't you ever touch her again! You hear me? You gotta go. Mom, he's gotta go. He can't stay here.
After that day, his father left for good. The day Dad left, even the cat went into hiding, tucked away in a corner of the yard. It never played with Bailey again. Then came Ethan's final high school football game. He played as brilliantly as ever, leading his team to the championship. He earned a college scholarship finally. His mom wouldn't have to carry that burden. And he had an amazing girlfriend by his side. Todd was seething with jealousy. He tried to set off fireworks to let off steam, but they didn't go off. He became the laughingstock of the whole school. But when they went to a restaurant to celebrate, Ethan ran into his drunk father.
So it was good, huh? This guy, huh?
Yeah.
The game, huh?
Yeah.
We're all excited for the big win, huh? Let's hear it for this guy.
do this right
Come on, huh?
You stop.
Dad left quickly, but it gave Todd the opening he'd been waiting for. He mocked the so-called perfect star Ethan. Turns out he had a deadbeat father after all. No wonder he wanted to go to college so far away. Ethan had finally had enough. He decked Todd right in the face, humiliating the little weasel all over again. Bailey never liked the way Todd smelled. It was like a glob of mud stuck to your paw. It reeked, and no matter how hard you tried, you couldn't shake it off. And just as expected, Todd came for revenge that very night, showing up at Ethan's house with fireworks. Bailey saw him but didn't bite.
Oh, I wanted to bite him. But I remembered Ethan telling me no biting. Then I forgot.
This time, the fireworks didn't misfire. Bailey had its jaws clamped on Todd when it noticed the flames first. It had no choice but to let go and race back inside to wake Ethan. But the wooden house went up fast. Before long, Bailey, Ethan, and his mom were all trapped on the second floor. Ethan tied bedsheets into a rope and lowered his mom and Bailey down first. But when it was his turn to escape, something went wrong. The house was destroyed, but everyone survived. Bailey broke free from the police and chased the ambulance with everything it had, and in doing so, led the officers straight to Todd. A few days later, Bailey saw Ethan again, but something was strange. He kept fiddling with 2 sticks and wouldn't play at all. He just lay in bed all day. Bailey felt so alone. A few more days passed, and Hannah came to visit. She told Ethan they'd go to college together. She said no matter how hard the road ahead, she'd walk it with him, she'd be his crutches. But Ethan told her she didn't have to do that.
I'd do anything for you.
I don't think we should be with each other anymore, Hannah.
His words hit Hannah like a knife. The pain was no less than the wound on his leg, but the injury had broken something inside Ethan. No teen would want a cripple. Even if he recovered, he'd never play again. His pride wouldn't let him drag Hannah down with him. Bailey could feel the sadness pouring out of Hannah. She played one last game of catch with Bailey, then couldn't hold it in anymore. Tears streamed down her face, falling to the ground, watering a seed called regret. The ball landed in a tree. Bailey stood underneath, completely lost, and even when the football fell, it couldn't bring it back to Hannah. 3 months later, Ethan ditched the crutches, but football was gone from his life forever. He transferred to a small, unknown agricultural college. Before leaving, he tossed the football to Bailey and set off on his own.
Stay? We're playing fetch.
Bailey suddenly broke free and started chasing after Ethan. It was as if it could smell goodbye in the air. This time, it ran like it was using up every last ounce of strength it had ever saved. The breeze falling behind seemed to whisper to Bailey, "See him one more time. Just one last time." A dog's head bobbing through the wheat fields, a shadow weaving between the sheep, like a tireless soul forever running toward you on every road you've ever walked. Ethan finally spotted Bailey catching up. One leap and Bailey landed perfectly in the passenger seat.
I like this new version of fetch.
You crazy, isn't that bus stop?
Maybe not drive so far next time.
Ethan wrapped his arms around the boss and held on for a long time. This goodbye would be measured in years, so it had to be done right. But when the moment actually came, Bailey still couldn't understand humans. If you love each other, why do you have to leave? If you miss each other, why can't you just stay? From that day on, Bailey's world lost all its color. Nothing interested it anymore. Every day, it just waited for its owner to come back. time slipped away in the waiting, and Bailey slowly reached the end of its life. The family took it to the vet. In its final moments, Bailey's vision grew blurry. It seemed to be holding on, stubbornly waiting for something, and right there, on the edge of death, it finally heard the voice it had dreamed of every single day. It forced its eyes open and saw Ethan, who had rushed all the way back from school. Bailey wanted to make him happy. It wanted to wag its tail one last time, but it had no strength left. It felt the warmth of its owner's hand and carried with it an ocean of love as it closed its eyes on a life fully lived. But for Bailey's soul, a brand new journey was just beginning. When Bailey's soul woke up again, it found itself inside a German Shepherd, and more importantly, it noticed something was missing.
I didn't have a... What? I'm a girl?
In this life, it had a new name, Ellie. Its owner was a police officer named Carlos. It was no longer a carefree family pet, it was a real K9 unit dog. No more cuddles and games. Instead, there was strict discipline and grueling training. Ellie's job was to follow Carlos's commands, sniffing out contraband and tracking down suspects. And it was exceptional at it, time and again. Ellie helped Carlos crack cases and earned commendation after commendation. But Ellie noticed something. This new owner carried the same scent as Ethan did after his injury, the smell of loneliness.
But even when I did a good job, my man was still sad.
In Carlos's room, Ellie often picked up traces of someone else's scent, but that person seemed to have been gone for a very long time. Then one day, the unit got an emergency call. A 12-year-old girl had been kidnapped. Ellie's extraordinary nose locked onto the suspect's trail almost immediately. The moment Carlos unclipped Ellie's leash, the kidnapped girl broke free from her captor but lost her footing and plunged into the raging river below the dam. Ellie didn't hesitate for a single second. It launched itself off the edge and dove into the dangerous rapids, fighting against the current, risking being swept away. Ellie clamped its jaws onto the girl's clothing and dragged her toward the bank. With backup officers arriving just in time, the girl was pulled to safety. But deep inside the maze-like dam structure, Carlos lost track of the suspect and was ambushed from behind. In that critical moment, Ellie shot forward like a bolt of black lightning. It lunged at the attacker and sank its teeth into the hand holding the gun, giving Carlos the chance to fight back. Working together in perfect sync, they took the suspect down. But when the danger was over, Ellie couldn't stand up anymore. During the struggle, a bullet had hit its abdomen. Carlos, always the calm, composed officer, completely fell apart. His voice trembled as he called for help over the radio.
My dog's been shot. I repeat, K9 shot.
I could tell from Carlos's voice I'd done a good job.
You're a good dog.
This life hadn't been easy for Ellie, but as a police dog, it saved a life, protected its partner, and fulfilled its duty with honor. It never found Ethan in this lifetime, but in its own way, it had guarded another lonely soul. As its eyes closed once more, it knew another journey was about to begin. This time, Bailey came back as an adorable corgi. At a bustling market, a girl named Maya bought it and named it Tino. Life was full of love and pampering. Maya took Tino everywhere, but Maya's social circle was tiny, almost non-existent. Just her and the dog. Whenever a boy tried to talk to her or invite her somewhere, she'd instinctively turn him down. But the little dog could smell the truth. Maya desperately wanted connection. It was the insecurity buried deep inside her that kept slamming the door shut on love. Maya showed her love through food. Treat after treat after treat, and Tino's weight skyrocketed. Before long, it had eaten itself into a little butterball. But it was this forced diet that led Tino back to the scent of love. At the park, it fell head over paws for a big, handsome dog and bravely made its move. And here's the twist: the dog's owner turned out to be the same boy who tried to talk to Maya back at school. This chance encounter gave two lonely young people the perfect excuse. They started meeting at the park every afternoon, walking their dogs. Of course, their love blossomed fast. On graduation night, the boy got down on one knee in front of everyone and proposed to Maya. Soon after, they got married. And before long, the family grew with a bunch of adorable kids running around. Every day, Tino was chased by those little terrors. It was exhausting but also kind of wonderful. The house was full of noise and warmth and life. But a dog's life is always shorter than a human's. As time passed, Tino's fur began to fade. Its eyesight grew dim. In its final moments, it lay peacefully beside Maya and quietly left this world. The next life didn't start so well. It was bought by a young girl, but the girl's boyfriend hated dogs, so it was chained up in the yard. And that's where it stayed. Spring turned to fall. Sun and rain beat down. It grew from a puppy into a full-grown dog, but never once set foot beyond that yard. Then one day, the couple's relationship finally fell apart. After a heated argument, the man unhooked Bailey's collar, shoved it into the car, drove out to the middle of nowhere and dumped it there. Then he drove off without looking back. Abandoned Bailey became a stray. It wandered aimlessly until it caught a familiar scent. A scent that had survived through every single lifetime. A scent it had never forgotten.
I know that smell from a long time ago.
It followed that smell across dizzy roads, through golden wheat fields. The scent grew stronger and stronger. And then it saw him, an old man with a full head of white hair. Time had taken his youth, turned his hair silver, but his scent hadn't changed one bit.
It's him! Yes! Yes, it's him! It's me! Boss Dog! Bailey, Bailey, Bailey! Doodle Dog! Where'd you come from?
Because Bailey looked completely different now, Ethan didn't recognize it. He treated it like just another stray kindly setting out food and water. The next day, he drove the dog to a shelter. But on the way home, memories came flooding back. He turned the car around and went back.
You want to get out of here?
Ethan gave it a bath and a brand new name, but Bailey could feel it. Its owner's heart was still drowning in loneliness. Ever since he'd let Hannah go, ever since Bailey had passed away, Ethan had been alone. All these years, completely alone. Bailey decided to help its owner one more time, because that scent it had picked up at the park that was Hannah's scent. The next morning, Bailey slipped out on its own. From memory, it found its way back to that park and spotted the same woman from before. It followed her all the way home, and there, at the front door, was Hannah. That woman was Hannah's daughter. No wonder she carried her scent.
Who is this? Let's see, he belongs to...
Hannah decided to return the dog herself. She drove Bailey to that familiar old farm. When Ethan saw the figure standing outside his door, he froze.
Come on, Ethan. I can smell you in there.
But I guess he's not home.
With Bailey nudging him forward, Ethan finally found the courage to open that door. Two white-haired souls stood face to face. A lifetime of longing and regret, all of it colliding in this single moment. Hannah learned that Ethan had never married. Ethan learned that Hannah's husband had passed away years ago. Just as Hannah turned to leave, Ethan finally called out to her. He told her everything, every ounce of love he'd kept buried for decades. This time, they didn't let each other go. After the wedding, everything seemed complete, but Bailey still had one small piece of unfinished business.
There was one thing I still wanted. I wanted him to know it was me.
Ethan opened the dusty old shed that hadn't been touched in years. Bailey caught a familiar scent. From a forgotten corner, Ethan pulled out a faded, worn-out football.
What do you got there? You go play, right? What? What do you want? You want to go for the showstopper? Ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Go!
Bailey used Ethan's back as a springboard, launched itself high into the air, and caught the football perfectly in its mouth. A flawless recreation of the signature move they'd invented together as kids.
Where did you learn how to do that, buddy? You are really starting to freak me out, boss dog.
Yes, Ethan, that's right. I'm your boss dog. I'm Bailey. Say it.
Boss dog? Are you the boss dog?
Yes, it's me, Ethan. It's me.
Bailey?
One boy and his dog reunited after all these years, finally recognizing each other once more. Every lifetime of waiting, every cycle of rebirth. In this single moment, it all made sense.